Hello and welcome to Sport Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Like I used to say, I'm full of smile because it's the sporting year, and everywhere you go, Nigerians they've started well when it comes to sport, but we are starting the year with football matters and handball matters on the continent of Africa. And from the continent of Africa, we'll be moving to the world stage. We'll also be playing all the qualification series for the Olympics 2024 in Paris and also the Paralympics. So a lot of event is ongoing when it comes to the world of sports in Nigeria, in Africa, and in the world at large. Let's also forget that our NPFL, Nigerian Premier Football League, is also ongoing with mouth-watering fixtures, and also in Europe there are big games, in cup games, league games everywhere. So it's actually a sporting year where we have a lot of tournaments lined up for the year. It's not a dull moment. Okay, let's start with this story. Just the way the football competition is going on the continent of Africa. That is how the handball, we have football, we have handball. The handball competition is also going on for last night for the Nigerian Golden Arrows, as they are called. They defeated DR Congo, and an hour from now, or 2 hours from now, they will be confronting Libya in another placement game. After they lost their first 3 games in the competition, they lost. One of their heaviest loss was against 10-time champions. That's the Tunisian side, who has won the African Men's Handball Nations Cup for a record 10 times, and they defeated Nigeria with a lot of wide margin in their third game at the competition. But they had to rally around the Golden Arrows, and they defeated DR Congo last night, and they will be playing another placement game just an hour from now. That game will be coming up in Cairo, Egypt. For the Golden Arrows, for Coach Salami, who is the coach of the team, is actually doing well. All right, I have Shina who will be joining me via Zoom from the city of Abuja here to talk on this and every other stories we have on the show. Right, when he's ready, he's going to be joining us to also give us his own insight on this particular story and other story. But for the Golden Arrows, after beating DR Congo, they will be confronting Libya tonight in another placement game. In football, you have group stage, you have a second round, that is the round of 16, you have quarterfinal, you have semi-final, and then you have final. But in handball, you just play your games. The top teams in all of the groups qualify for the main round, and then at the end, the other teams that didn't qualify plays what we call a placement match. The placement match is where are you going to finish on the table. So that is what Nigeria, the Golden Arrows of Nigeria, is playing right now. They've played one of the placement game. They won DR Congo. Their second placement game will be against Libya, and if they win this one and win the third game, definitely they might just place either 6th, 7th, 8th, whichever position they'll find themselves out of the number of countries that are participating in the African Men's Handball Nations Cup. That competition is going on in Cairo, Egypt, the land of Pharaoh. All right. Let's leave that story. We also know that games are being lined up for the Africa Cup of Nations tonight. Just a minute away from now, we'll be having those games. Those games will be kicking off, and then the other group games will be coming up by 9 p.m. Nigerian time. So a lot of games have been lined up for tonight. Our handball team will be playing first. We know our Super Eagles is not playing till Saturday. Our handball team will be playing first. Then after the handball team, we'll now have other games that will be coming up in the African Cup of Nations. The last group games for Group E and F to complete those, to know the teams that are through to the round of 16. We have 24 nations playing in the AFCON. The first 2 teams will qualify automatically from all of the groups, and then we'll pick 4 teams to join them in the round of 16. So 12 teams to go through automatically, and then 4 teams will be picked as best losers. But before then, let's quickly take this story where is a good news as we speak right now for Williams Trusekong. He has started training. He's training with the Super Eagles. They are having their training, and it's a good news after he sat out the game against the White Dogs of Guinea in the last group game because of injury. But the good news is the man who got us the goal against Ivory Coast, that made the fans of that country to turn that country upside down after that defeat. They started that after we defeated them, and they completed the turning down of that country, destroying things against Equatorial Guinea, where they were hammered 4-0 by Equatorial Guinea. So for the man who scored that goal against the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, he's training with the Super Eagles as we speak, and I think he will be ready for the game against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon on Saturday. So it's a good news for us that we're having Williams Truss Ekong back to the team. I don't know if Oluwashina is ready to join us on the show, but if he's ready, please let's have him straight. Okay. He's not ready yet. Okay, let's quickly go away from that story and let's have the fixtures. Let's look at the fixtures that will be taking place moments away from now. Let's start with Group E. The two games in Group E by 6 p.m. That game will be coming up just a few minutes away from now. Those games will be kicking off. Namibia will take on Mali, and South Africa, 1996 host, will take on 2004 host Tunisia. So it's a big one for Mali. They already have their leg at the round of 16. For South Africa and Tunisia, who picks the ticket, and for Namibia, who stunned Tunisia in their first game, I also have a chance of going through. So for Mali is through. Tunisia, South Africa, and Namibia, these three teams are looking for a win. Who takes all the 3 points and join Mali the round of 16? Is it Tunisia? Is it South Africa? Is it Namibia? Namibia were lost to South Africa in their second game, while Mali also got their 4 points against Tunisia. So let's see what will happen tonight, a few minutes away from now, when that game will be kicking off. And then the last game for today, that is the last game and the last group, Group F, Tanzania against the stubborn DR Congo. Tanzania have sacked their coach. They have 1 point, and now they will be taking on DR Congo, and also Zambia, 2012 champions. The truth is, we have the man who got them the trophy in 2012, Hervé Renard, present right there in Cote d'Ivoire, who's watching all of the games for Zambia. We don't know, maybe he's doing what a Nigerian will call backyard coaching for this team. They give them a spool from back. And that is what Hervé Renard, he's in Cote d'Ivoire. Their first game, he was there. He's also in the game of Nigeria against Cote d'Ivoire. He was watching from the stand. And it's a good thing that Hervé Renard, the coach that won it for Zambia in 2012, is in town. And against Morocco, it's going to be a big one. Morocco did so well at the World Cup, and they started the Nations Cup very well, but against DR Congo, Vepu's late equalizer got them level things for DR Congo against the Atlas Lions of Morocco in that game, and it was 1-1, and they have 4 points. DR Congo also. So all of the teams in that group have the opportunity to qualify into the round of 16. For Morocco, a lot of persons are tipping Morocco to go to the final. But let's see how that goes. You still have Nigeria, you have Cameroon, you have Mali, you have Senegal, you have top guns in the round of 16. So let's see if Morocco will join them also, and then let's see how far they can go. They are the first country in the continent of Africa to get to the semi-final of a World Cup, and they played the bronze place match against Croatia, but they lost. They came fourth at the World Cup. Out of 32 countries that participated in Qatar 2022, Morocco came fourth in that competition. All right, those are the fixtures that will be coming up tonight in the African Cup of Nations, the 34th edition of the African Cup of Nations happening in Cote d'Ivoire. All right, let's leave the shores of the continent of Africa. When Shina is ready, we will react to that. All right, let's quickly go straight to England, where the second semi-final of the EFL Cup will be happening, the second leg, and it's going to be Fulham against Liverpool at the Craven Cottage. The first leg ended 2-1 in favor of Liverpool, and now they'll be... Okay, hello. Okay, welcome to this show Sports Update.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, it's a good thing to have you, Shina. It's a good thing to have you on the show this evening. We started with Handball story, where our Golden Arrows of Nigeria will be playing their third game their classification game in the competition after they lost all their 3 games, first 3 games. But this time around, they defeated DR Congo, and now they will be playing another classification game against Libya. What is your take about the Golden Arrows of Nigeria?
Okay.
I would say that it's been a good start for them, and looking at the nature of the competition, I would still say that Nigeria has a lot of potential to actually climb to the top. So it's a game that we are anticipating that they come out as the top actually. So let's see what happens. Let's trust that the skill and the tactics they'll bring into the game will actually be advantageous for their victory today.
Okay, let's leave that. We have Williams Truce Akon back to training, and as we speak, he's with the rest of the squad, with the rest of the squad training. Are you, after that sit out against the White Dogs of Guinea? How cheering is this news for you, for Captain Williams Truce Akon back to the side, back to the fold of the Super Eagles?
It's really let's say a positive addition
To the intending squad for their next game on Saturday, because Ekong has actually brought balance to defense, and his involvement against the Cameroonian team would actually be an addition to strengthen the defense. So it's a plus to us, and it's a good news that is available for the next round of games.
Okay, now on that particular game, like the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon against Super Eagles of Nigeria, are you afraid that we are playing Cameroon in the round of 16?
I would say I'm slightly scared in the sense that we haven't scored enough goals to actually convince, let's say, the country at large that we can actually progress to the next stage. So that's where my fear comes from. But I have so much belief in the defense. The defense have actually proved themselves in the last 3 games, just conceding 1 goals out of 3 games. And I'm hoping that if Nigeria will be able to at least be more clinical up front, then we should be able to come out as the winning team for that day.
Okay, we should be able to come out as the winning team of that game. Let's go to fixtures. That will be happening few moments from now. We'll be having about 2 games, and then later on 2 games will come up. Let's have those fixtures back on the screen. Namibia, Mali, South Africa, Tunisia. What are you looking, most usually the game between South Africa and Tunisia? That's the big one. What is your expectation about this particular fixture?
okay. I can see Mali coming out top against Namibia, to be winning Namibia. South Africa and Tunisia will be a very tough game. A very tough game. I would say that the game is likely or most likely to end in a draw. The game is likely to end in a draw. Why for the group F? DR Congo, of course, will win Tanzania, and Morocco will actually come out on top against Zambia.
Okay, let's not forget that Zambia were 2012 champions. And you know this team, the man who got them the trophy is in Cote d'Ivoire. Don't you think he's going to still give them that support, reminding the team, hey guys, we did it in 2012. You can also surpass what they did in 2012 by going to the final again and lifting the trophy. Don't you think Havre Renard will actually tell this Zambia team, the Chipolopolo of Zambia, as they are called?
There's a big difference. The fact that he's not their coach at the moment is a setback on their end, because I watched their first game, and they had some, let's say, some issues connecting with themselves properly compared to the time when that particular coach was actually on seat or was in charge of the team. So right now he could be a form of motivation to them. But looking at the Moroccan side, they are very good, and they have high standards as regards to the way they actually play. So I see Morocco coming out on top, but nothing is impossible. Looking at what happened yesterday against the game with Mauritania against
Algeria.
Algeria. We saw that Mauritania came out on top. So anything is possible today. The African Nations Cup for 2023 has come up with shocking results. So let's keep our eyes open and our heads up to the game in the evening.
Okay, let's keep our eyes and see that game. Few minutes away from now before we leave the studio, that game will be kicking off. All right, let's go back to Europe. Let's leave the EFL Cup. Last night, Chelsea defeated Middlesbrough in their own second leg EFL competition to go to the final. And now it's going to be Liverpool against Fulham tonight in the second leg. The first leg was 2-1 in favor of Liverpool. Quickly, for Liverpool against Fulham at Craven Cottage, what is your expectation? Do you think Fulham will come out tops? Because if Liverpool wins, it's going to be a repeat of 3 seasons ago's final where Liverpool and Chelsea played in the EFL, that is Carabao Cup final. So do you think we are going to see that repeat, or Fulham will actually put a dent and stop to that?
Okay, I'm actually anticipating to actually watch that game because it's just a slight lead. Fulham 1, Liverpool 2. So I'm expecting Liverpool to be more compact at the back and bring in the forces that they have up front, like the likes of Diaz, Jota,
Nunes.
and also the other guys at the midfield, Elliot, to see that yes, they're able to maintain their lead and actually score more if they can. So I'm seeing Liverpool progressing to the finals of the competition.
Okay, you are seeing Liverpool going straight to the final of the competition tonight at Craven Cottage. That game will be coming on just the way the AFCON games will be ongoing. So also the Carabao Cup, the EFL Cup, English Football League Cup will be going on between Fulham and Chelsea. A lot of games have been lined up, football matches for tonight. Okay, let's leave England and go straight to Spain, where we also have cup games. The Spanish Copa del Rey quarter-final games will be coming up, and Barcelona will be in action. Atletico Madrid will be in action. Let's quickly look at our fixtures. We have Mallorca against Girona in one of those games, and then Athletic Bilbao against Barcelona. My concern is this game, the Athletic Club against Barcelona. This is a big one tonight for Barca against Athletic Bilbao. Shino.
Yes, I just have to laugh because Atletico Bilbao has been the top side for Barcelona.
Right from different years and years, and it's going to be a difficult one for them. Looking at the fact that they are also playing it at Let's Go Bilbao's home side, so I would just say that let's see who wins. That's what I
Okay,
can
let's see
say.
who wins. I'm still talking cup games in Europe. Let's go straight to France. We also have cup games that will be coming up in France. It's called the French Coupe de France fixtures. Let's see those games. Just one game. We have Fegines and Lonoye against Montpellier. This is a tough one for Montpellier, who will be playing a club that is playing in the lower division in the French Cup. But let's see how that game also pans out tonight. But the big one is just the way the men are playing their own, the women are also playing their own. Let's quickly have the Women's Champions League fixtures, group fixtures, and we have Nigerians who will be playing in all of these games tonight. Let's start with Group C, where we have Roma Feminile against FC Bayern Munich ladies. We have PSG Feminines against Ajax women. We have a Nigerian in PSG. Then for Group D, Ken women, we take on our own Chiamaka Nadozie's Paris FC Feminines. I'm looking forward to this particular game. While Chelsea women at Stamford Bridge will welcome Real Madrid Femenino. Now, Shino, let's look at the game in Group D. Ken women against the best goalkeeper, a women's goalkeeper on the continent of Africa, that is Chiamaka Nadozie, who has been fantastic for Paris FC. Some persons confuse this team. Paris FC is different from PSG. Both teams are in Paris, but they are two different teams.
Yes. Actually, I'm just taking a closer look at their names, and because actually I've been following her up on Twitter, and she's a strong motivation to the women football as a whole. So I'm looking forward to the game, knowing fully well that she's going to do well and play well for them. So let's see what comes out from that. While the Chelsea game against Real Madrid is going to be a tough one. So it's a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. So I'm anticipating that game too as well.
Okay, you are anticipating that game, Real Madrid women against Chelsea ladies. Big one for these two teams who have know each other. The first leg, I think the first leg ended in favor of Chelsea ladies, and now the return leg, let's see who take all the 3 points in that particular game. That is in the group where we also have Paris FC of our own #1 African women's goalkeeper, Super Falcons goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie. She will be fantastic in between the sticks for Paris FC, and she actually did a lot to see Paris FC plays in the Champions League. She was so good against Arsenal, saving some of the spot kick against Arsenal during the qualification series. All right, let's quickly look at this fixture. Is in the German Bundesliga. One game in the German Bundesliga for tonight. That game will be coming up tonight, and we'll be looking forward to this game also. That is in the German Bundesliga. Let's quickly have that fixture on the screen. Bayern Munich is a rescheduled game in the German Bundesliga, where that game will be coming up tonight. If we can have that fixture on the screen, but let's have it. But if not, let's quickly go over to this story. Let's have that fixture. Bayern Munich against FC Union Berlin. Shina, this game will be coming up tonight, and we know Bayer Leverkusen is topping the table. They've opened up the gap after they lost their weekend game. That is for Bayern Munich. But for tonight, they want to redeem their image. This is an outstanding game for them against FC Union Berlin. What's your take about this game, and what are you looking forward to?
Like you said, Bayern Munich want to redeem their image. It was a shocking loss for them over the weekend, and then I will see Tuchel bring in a better, will I say, a better tactics to see that they don't lose this game as well, because I can see the gap. The gap is opening wild for Bayern, because Bayern Leverkusen are not actually just dusting their feet without putting in effort. So I see Bayern Munich coming out as the winners of tonight's game, looking at the setback Bayern Munich had at their last weekend's game.
All right, let's take this last story before I'll let you go, Shina, before I also leave the studio. It's a good news for the Okpekpe race. As it stands now, the World Athletics Body has announced the date for Okpekpe race. When we say Okpekpe is in Edo State, Akokwedo local government precisely, that is where it's located. And the good news is this race is also an A race. It has been listed among the races for 2024. Out of the 167 road race confirmed for this year, I think Okpekpe race is among them, and it will also serve as the Paris Olympic 2024 qualifier. The Okpekpe race has come of age, and it has been given this nod. It has been given this A-list recognition to which will serve as the as qualification for Paris 2024, and that race will be coming up May 25th, 2024 in Okpekpe, Edo State. All right, that is where we'll leave it on the show. For all of the long distance runners, those from Plateau State, Kaduna, all of this region, you can register and you can show how good you are. You know, when it comes to long races, don't take away Ethiopians, Kenyans from this particular one. They knows how to run this particular one. All right, that is where we'll leave it on the show Sports Update. And to Shina, thanks for joining me on the show this evening. It's a wonderful one. Moments from now, like I said, those games will be kicking off. Some of them have already kicked off in AFCON, and then we'll look forward to other cup games that will be coming up in Europe. And for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Saturday is the big one against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Thanks for watching. I am Emmanuel Fashimi.